YouTube, howdy, what is going on? I'm back for another one for you guys. Let's get right into it. All right, guys, how are y'all today? Hope everybody's having a good one. Long Labor Day weekend. It was good, hung out with the family, and did some knife trading. So this is not a brand new knife. Well, it is and it's not. I'm the second owner, but the guy who had it for not very long. So let's get into it. Yeah, I've been just, you can only buy so many knives. I'm only made of so much money, so every now and then I've got to do some trading. So I traded some of my Jack Wolfs and some stuff, and this is one of the knives that I traded for. I had, duplicates of some Jack Wolfs and some that just really I never carried. And they deserve to be somewhere that's going to, enjoy them, or that just wasn't here anymore. So what we have here is a new knife, all American, small batch make, super-sided. That's really been the kick I've been on. And, this is one that I think a lot of people have been really wanting to try out. I just happened to get lucky and find a guy who really wanted some Jack Wolf knives and did a trade. And as you can see, I've got a McNees. So I love the boxes from McNees first and foremost. What I just opened with is my McNees the Black Anno Swerve. I do have a upgraded black Zircotite clip from I Make Sick Shit. And then I also have upgraded thumb studs from Patriot Mods. Love this knife. It is a workhorse. Just such a nice open and close, and it's just fall shutty. So, and it's a heavy blade, guys, but MagnaCut on that one. So MagnaCut on this one as well. And then we've got, I think it looks like the stickers that came with it. We've got the McNees monkey, the gorilla yelling. That's really cool. And so this is the Authenticity, CPM MagnaCut Dixon, titanium and titanium. This is just, I think, the plain variant. Made 7/23/25. It is, beginning of September, I think, not even. All right, so let's get that back in there. And wow, look at that stonewash tie, is so beautiful. Holy cow, that is a big knife. That's a big one. That's been kind of the general consensus on these, right? Is that they're just kind of a big knife. Now, McNees is known for making a big knife. That's what he likes to make. They're supposed to be hard working everyday knives. Oh wow, that is literally meant to be reverse flicked. Okay, hold on, guys. I wasn't sure if I was going to be keeping this too or just getting rid of it right after, but I'm not going to lie to you. This is kind of really nice. I wasn't expecting this. I think after you start to open knives so much, like at first it's always a joy, right? And don't get me wrong, like I love that I get to open knives and that I get to play with a whole bunch of different ones. But after a while, like that's what you're doing, right? Is you're opening knives. So, yeah, it's exciting, but like it's just another, I'm just opening another knife. I get to, see it next to it. And sometimes I bring knives in that I'm really excited to try. And, I realize that maybe it's just not what I thought it was. And then I quickly will turn around and sell it for another one, right? Like get the same experience. But I also think sometimes you are surprised by knives and this happens to be one of those that I'm actually pretty surprised by, just first impressions. Now, that doesn't really surprise me because Jonathan over at McNees Knives really makes very beautiful, nice knives, but I just am usually not a big knife person. I mean, you can see this is taking up, like, I don't have huge hands, but I mean, that's a big knife, guys. So sizes, let's go ahead and get this open. Spin this way. All right, so look, there, we'll go to open so you can see it too, right? Like, probably should show y'all the knife open, the blade. Nice stonewash all over. Really nice sharp MagnaCut blade. I love that he puts the USA on here. It is a completely USA made knife from McNees. Wow. Okay, so we've got that. So let's go overall length at 8.5, blade length at 3 3/4, cutting edge at 3 3/4, so blade length of a little over that. Yeah, blade length over that. So the cutting edge is almost the whole length of the blade, which is great. You don't have a thumb stud to get in the way, so you should. And this is a new hollow grind. We're going to go over all the specs of this too, like all of their design features that they put on there. Handle of 4 and a little over 4.5. So let's go over some. I'm looking at their website. I'll split screen right now, like I do. I know this can get boring for y'all, so let's kind of go over some stuff. So the key features here on the new Dixon is it rides on Durling cage ceramic bearings. So the corrosion resistance is there, exceptional performance. I mean, Durlin is a pretty well-known brand, and then amazing action. And I can attest, the action is pretty dang good, guys. Straight out of the box. Okay. All right, so those are the cage bearings. All right. So I know this is a big thing for him, like I pointed out earlier, made in the USA, so he always will put that on there because he's very proud. Everything is done here and sourced here from the US. Contoured handles has been it's a long gold standard among knife materials, and the contoured handle feels great in the hand and rides comfortably in pocket. I will say that it is, for how big it is, you need it to be contoured. And it is, like, it feels good, even though it's a big knife. Like, I can get this in hand. There really aren't, for my small hands, there might be 1 or 2 very small hot spots, and that's just honesty, guys. But I don't know that that necessarily would make me not want to carry this, because I know that this is going to take kind of a beating. Like, it's going to be able to be used for sure. Next one that they point out on here is the hollow ground MagnaCut blade. So it's at 63 to 64 HRC, which is phenomenal. That's right where you want to be with MagnaCut. And it's full width almost all the way down to the tip. So you're getting a full all the way almost down to here where it starts to hollow out in this lower section. So really good for stabbing cuts, while the thin edge will slice, kind of like a laser. The frame lock there, so just regular old frame. Yep, pretty good amount of lock up there. Feels pretty good. Yep, didn't go anywhere, so that's good. Okay, so the hardware on this is all going to be T8 hardware, T8 hardware standard all the way around. It does look like the pivot is T8 as well, guys. And then last and not least, you have the hybrid clip. So it's kind of a hybrid between a milled and then also the standard like bent clip. So you're getting more of that bite, and it's a tight one, right? But it also does look pretty good. Like, I like the way that this looks up here. This looks really good. This is much cleaner in my opinion than what was on the Mac when we first got it. And maybe that's just because of the way it sits against the tie, but one way or another, I do like the way that that looks comparative wise. So let's go ahead. I want to move this mat down a little bit, and then I'm going to turn my phone down just a little bit so that we're not getting as much of an angle, and y'all get to see really the actual size comparisons. So let's start with right in the family, right? The McNees Mac. Look at that. I mean, it is definitely a bigger knife than the Mac. Wow. Seeing it like that is wild. I don't think it feels that much bigger in hand, to be honest with you guys. How about one that I thought might be similar in size, but it's almost there. It's a pretty big knife too. That's a Tri-State Tri-Stash. Okay. Definitely bigger than both of those knives though, and those are two of the larger ones that I own. So you know that whatever comes next is probably going to look pretty darn small. Let's go with the Oz Machine Company Roosevelt. And let's also go for one of my new favorites, Carry Development 12, the prototype. This is literally serial number 1 on this knife. Definitely a smaller knife than the Dixon. Well, all right. How about, this is pretty cool, guys. I don't know if I've showed this off on video yet, but we'll do the Civivi Guile next, but look at this. I skellied it. Yeah, all by myself with a Dremel. Your boy has Dremel skills. Dremel skills that thrill. All right, how about another Wharncliffe, and we'll go with the Carry Commission times ProTech Malibu collab. Definitely bigger than both of those knives. So how about, let's move over to Jack Wolf. The After Hours Jack. And that for you. The Benny. Both modded by Knife Modders. This was the DLT 12 Days of Christmas one that I got, and then this was one that I actually sent to Knife Modders when they did an opening. So both of those are super cool. All right, how about against some fixed blades? Let's start smaller. We'll start with Jack Wolf again, the Midnight Fix EDC, the purple crystallized tie variant. And how about for my boy Nizzy, the T-Cal Piranha, since that's the only T-Cal I have. Sorry, Nizzy, but now you can see it is absolutely tiny compared to the Dixon. How about a Jack Wolf Knives Vampire Fix CDC? And how about the Knives by Nuge Chickpea? Definitely a bigger knife than both of those. How about two of my absolute favorites by the man Jacob Creates? That's the Collusion with Jack Wolf, and then this is his Vanguard Mary out of his Vanguard family line. Good stuff there. And how about up against a North Edge Tools Nomad and a Jack Wolf Vampire Hunter. Close in size, length, closer definitely to that Vampire Hunter, still so small. I have two knives coming up that I'm wondering what it's going to look like next to. So this one's going to be way skinnier than this one, but the length should be similar, I think. And that is the Ghost from North Edge Tools, still short compared to the Dixon. Wow, the Dixon is big. And then the Snake Eater. Now the Snake Eater should give it a pretty good run. Yeah. So that is going to be probably a really cool carry to carry together. Two big working knives right there. You got your fixed blade, you got your working folder, and that would be a money carry right there for me. You know, guys, I'm a little lost on what I'm going to do now. I honestly thought that I might put it up for sale, and I still think I might, but I'm definitely thinking about it a little bit right now. it's a cool knife. I think it really serves a purpose. I think that this would be the one that you would want to grab if you needed to do some hardcore work and you wanted to use a folder for whatever reason. This thing is definitely going to do it. I don't see why or how it wouldn't, you know. These are made in America. I believe it's in Alabama. Pretty cool little knife, if you ask me. I'm a fan so far right now. So, yeah. Appreciate you guys coming back for another one. I don't know why you guys keep coming back and watching my videos, but man, I love it. I love y'all. Thank you so much for supporting and just being here long, you know, in this venture with me. Like, this is pretty cool, guys. So I appreciate it. Till the next time. Peace.